We're back with iOS 26 versus One UI 8.5. Samsung have not updated their software officially, but we have it here to show you what we've got different between these two platforms. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel, and we have One UI 8.5 running on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. If I go into software update here, you will see One UI 8.5 is there, and then you've got iOS 26 over here. Now, we've already done a bit of a deep dive hands-on with One UI 8.5, and I've already also done a comparison between iOS 26 and One UI 8. So I'm not going to rehash that whole comparison. What I want to do is showcase what Samsung have done to change One UI 8.5 and what they've borrowed from iOS 26, because there's some similarities there that we need to talk about. Obviously, as a platform, iOS is just fundamentally different to Android. The Samsung and Android give you endless opportunities and customization to do things, whereas iOS 26 is very much one way, Apple's way, and that's it. And that's okay. Some people prefer that. But obviously, we prefer One UI's version. But it seems as if Samsung with One UI prefers some of the things that Apple does. Biggest one is the quick panel versus control center. Now, as you can see, Samsung have already immediately given us more customization. Where the control center has always been really good, or at least in the last couple of iOS generations, at being able to remove toggles, add controls in from the phone, and just give you more flexibility in what you can do from a control center. One UI has always been kind of basic, which is weird to say about a Samsung phone. Now, though, that's changing. They are taking in the cues that you have from here, which is the customization in making things bigger, smaller, and deleting things. And Samsung are adding in that exact same process. You can see now you can delete toggles should you not want them. You can make them bigger or smaller, as you can see there. It's not as sort of the same. Like with this one, I can make screen recording a big square, whereas these ones here, you can either make them 2 or 1. There's no way to bring them sort of down. But it's still very much a Samsung control center or quick panel, because you have these extra toggles sitting inside a sort of a swipe down, and you've got the fact that you can control the brightness and the sound, whereas that is fixed to vertical and that size. I can make this go horizontal should I want to. Let's move that over here so I can show you that, and be a horizontal slider versus a vertical one. I might actually leave it like that. That's actually quite unique. Look at that. See, I couldn't do that over here. If I wanted to move that, which I can move around, I can't though make it horizontal or bigger. It's fixed to that size. Again, Apple kind of do that by design because they want to control the size of what you'd use things for. Samsung have kind of done that a little bit, but they have given you a little bit more latitude with some of the things that you can do. Samsung also give you the option to add a control in, which I got working. I needed to go into the settings and turn off the gesture hint. As you can see, the gesture hint's back on. But now I can hit add control. Oh, look at that. It doesn't work. Okay, it does work. So I hit add control, and you can see some of the controls that I've got here. If I compare what you've got on iOS's side of the fence, iOS still has a lot more. Especially as you can go through here, you can see there's things like ambient music. You've got Apple Intelligence, which isn't much. You've got capture stuff, like for Instagram, which you have stuff like that over here. It's just not as extensive. Like I don't have things like ChatGPT in there. I don't have Copilot as an option. I don't have Gemini. Like Google, this is a platform of Google. There is no Google sort of Gemini stuff in here. I have Google Wallet and Google TV, and that's it. The list of third-party stuff in Samsung's quick panel does not match what you've got here on the control center side of things. So obviously, the control center at this stage still offers more from a customization standpoint, which is so weird to say about an iPhone versus a Samsung, but it's really the only element that it does offer more. Because also, you can add in an extra page and an extra page after this one fills up. Whereas here, we only have the one page. There's no extra page, but you can just keep adding stuff in should you want to. So if I wanted to just keep adding, okay, it's finicky and it's buggy and it didn't save that. So that's annoying. But it doesn't give you the option to just add a second page. You just keep adding to the existing page and then you keep scrolling. But what Samsung does offer you that's different to iOS here is this part here. Because I can drag that down and have more stuff in there, but then that can be sort of hidden away to sort of save space. And you can really save it some space by sort of dragging it to there too. So then it's not really taking up much, and then you can swipe it down to bring the more toggles in. So that's pretty much the big one, at least that's been lifted from iOS, is that customizable quick panel to sort of delete things, resize things, and sort of be able to move toggles around and about, which again is pretty much what we have over here with iOS 26. The next thing to sort of compare is some of the visual redesign in the apps. So One UI 8.5 has gone with a bit more of, I guess you could say, iOS style toggles, but it's not really. Like if I have a look there, library and collections, that's all that's got. Whereas here you've got a centralized one to make it easier to use one-handed. And of course, as well, you've got some sort of elements like this. Like Samsung has really put a bit more attention to detail in some of the animations that they've got here. Like it picks up the search icon as you sort of scroll up. Apple have kind of got similar elements. They're leaning more into that liquid sort of glass thing where you can sort of goes transparent. Samsung have got more of a frosted blur on their elements. But they're not the same. I wouldn't say people who are saying this is a copy of iPhone really need to get a grip, because that is not the same in any way, shape or form. What is a little bit similar now is in the settings. I forgot you can't access iOS settings that way. If I go here, you can see the settings. Samsung have kind of taken a bit of cues there. They've got the search bar down the bottom in the settings menu, which mirrors the search bar down the bottom here. And they've removed all of the naming from the settings itself. So it's just the name of the settings menu as opposed to what is inside there. That used to be different. You used to have the list there, and you can go check out our One UI 8 versus 8.5 to see that difference. But here you can see that it's kind of a bit similar to iOS without the bombardment of ads that you see there. Like that's crazy. Now, in terms of what else you might find in here, Samsung haven't updated any Galaxy AI functions yet. There is some APKs flying around with some new AI functions that you can check out on our website. We've got sort of detailed breakdown on there. But outside of the core Galaxy AI stuff that's on here, nothing's really new yet. The last thing really to check is an animation sort of check and see if Samsung have made the animations any smoother. And look, to be honest, it seems like they have. It really seems like that the opening and the closing one has a bit more drama about it. This is with home up turned off, because when you update to One UI 8.5, good lock stops working. It's pretty close. They both do pretty much the same thing with the zooming up from the background. Who cares who's faster? Like, you're not saving much time. It's so hard to tell what is nicer. Like, they literally do the same thing. Anyway, that's animations. The other part was icons. And yeah, you can notice a bit more depth to the icons that I've got going on there, but it's not, they're icons. Like, really? They're icons. Oh, okay. If you care about icons, what it looks like is Samsung is adding a bit more texture to the icons to give it a bit more depth and more 3D-like appeal. But again, they're icons. The big one was this. Samsung allowing us to customize that quick panel and pretty much have it be similar in style to customization to the control center on the iPhone. Outside of that, everything from One UI 8 versus iOS 26 kind of still stands in the fact that the feature set and the idea of what a smartphone is very, very different. All this does is just bring in some of what's good about iOS and add it to what is great about One UI. Hit subscribe to SamMobile TV because you will want to see more stuff like this, more breakdowns, more showcases of future software, and this is the place you want to do it. Also on our website, where we go into more detail with a lot of other things as well. go check us out over there at sammobile.com and find us on all our socials where we do short little tutorials on there too. See you guys next time. Thanks.